she kept the placenta?
That's what she does.
So, a sordid tapestry of witchery and deviance woven amidst the glittering spires of musical celebrity. A sacrilege most profane that rots away at the moral foundations of our society like some insidious fungus. For you see, the ethereal songstress Erykah Badu, she of the luminous soul stylings and poetic emanations, stands accused of the most pernicious of deviations by none other than her former confederate, the artist formerly known as Jaguar Wright. An allegation so malign, so utterly corrosive to the spirit that I must endeavor exhale it in hushed utterances, lest its very syllables contaminate the vapors we inhale. For this Jaguar has professed, with all the breathless zeal of a medieval friar railing at the scourge of Satan's earthly thralls, that our dulcet Miss Badu is not merely some mirthful eccentrique, but rather a full-fledged practitioner of the blackest of arcane arts.
Kinds of they sent her down there, Erykah Badu's house, to be cast spells on about graves and letting that woman give birth her babies and keep all of that placenta.
Yes, a witch of the most diabolical cast, my palpitating companions, one who has reputedly indulged in rituals most vile and profane while ostensibly presiding over the blessed events of childbirth itself. Can you even summon the intestinal fortitude to ponder this most blasphemous of scenarios, my ashen-lipped darlings? To envision our erstwhile Erykah, she of the ethereal head wraps and cosmic murmurings, perverting the sacred miracle of birth into some form of pagan blood sacrifice? Why, the mind recoils in horror, the soul gags upon the very notion as one would execrate the foulest phlegm from one's sickened gullet. For according to the hushed intimations of this Jaguar Wright, our Badu has committed Maymarie's most Stygian, ritualistically harvesting the placentas from the vessels which issued forth her newborn charglings during the birthing process, an abomination most grisly, carried out in plain view of the very mothers whose ecstatic cries of relief and rapture she perverted into unwitting sacrificial hymns to some pagan monstrosity. And who were these newborn innocents so heinously profaned by our ostensible midwife's Luciferian predations? You demand with saucer-wide eyes and fluttering fans? Why, none other than the cherished offspring of musical royalty themselves, the celebrated scions of Summer Walker and Teyana Taylor offered up like baudric lambs upon Badu's blood-slicked obstetric altar?
Home birth, and I'm going to be doing it with Erykah.
Okay. She gonna be okay.
So,
She is a midwife.
Her going to deliver. Yeah, they're going to deliver my baby.
Oh, to resist indulging in the most lurid embellishments of this grisly tableau. One cannot but envision the hollow-cheeked walker, all panged ecstasies contorted into a ghastly dance macabre as Erykah's fell machinations coil coldly about her, stripping away her newborn's placental essence like a serpent's ensorceling coils. A scene plucked from the most scabrous of medieval wood carvings or Goya's blackest imaginings given blasphemous rebirth before our very senses. Nor can we elide over the grotesqueries inflicted upon the innocent Miss Taylor, that lithe beauty of the music videos forced to gaze on in impotent horror as her own cherished fruit is despoiled by Badu's profane ministrations. One blanches even to conceive of Taylor's upswept eyes alight with the terrible comprehensions of birthing sweet sorceries too abhorrent for articulation amidst polite company. But Erykah's rumored predilections toward the darker planes of mysticism and ritual did not begin with these most recent violations. Oh no, whispers have long swirled about her erotic prowess, her storied capacity to enthrall all who bask in her siren presence with arcane spells of desire and rapture most forbidden. Why? Even former paramours and conquests have testified in shuddering tones to the cosmic magnitudes of the Badu rapture, obliquely alluding to the skies rending asunder and the very earth groaning upon its axis as this temptress works her eldritch enchantments. A woman with something else, confessed one of her devastated exes, left spiritually flensed by the volutinous raptures of her intimate tutelage like some tantric Salome. And let us not malinger too long over the hushed allegations of her conquest DeAndre Benjamin, the former outcast luminary whose own cosmic starflight seemed to plummet back to mundane terra firma once her sorceress ministrations were cruelly withdrawn, a victim derailed. Some cynical wags might titter by the loss of his Badu mojo, but is it merely coincidence or darker energies at malefic play? Even in her most public spectacles, the whiff of ritual desecration and outrageous sacrilege clings like a sulfurous miasma to our Erykah's swirling caftans. One need only recall her cancellation by the Malaysian authorities for defiling a temporary tattoo invoking the name of Allah himself, or her shameless renunciation of all corporeal raiments at the altar of so-called performance art in the public plaza of her native Dallas. Nay, even the most profane of rumor-mongers would struggle to invent obfuscations murkier or more redolent of antediluvian soothsayery than those in which our beloved Badu so readily wallows. Did she not also famously cavort with Swaziland's own King Mzwadi III, an infamous personage denounced by human rights organizations as Africa's last absolute monarch lording in regressive grandeur over a domain of squalor? But perhaps most damning of all these whispered intimations was her own flagrant admission under the unforgiving light of social media. "I am a witch," she boldly confessed, as if garbing herself in the very Stygian mantle of heresy itself before our disbelieving eyes. An utterance more chilling than the baleful shrieks of the weird sisters themselves, piercing the vapor shrouds of plausible deniability forever with its sibilant malignity. So you see, my sisters and brothers of the shocked countenance, the whispers and inklings are now an undeniable roar from the mouths of the profane themselves. Our fallen seraphim of soul has baldly professed to the darkest of arts. Her recent rumored violations, mere confirmations of a lurking diabolism woven through her very career from its resplendent yet to its latest naders. Can we even trust the sinuous phrasings and honeyed melisma which drip so languorously from her lips, knowing they could be woven through with enfeebling cantrips or ecstasies culled from the most unutterable of prurient dimensions? I dare not offer advisory in such eldritch matters, my cherished ones. I can only urge a prudent censuring of this Badu enchantress until such allegations are concluded with certitude most absolute. For even as our fragile psyches splinter beneath the weight of these sorcerous betrayals, we must never abandon the lodestone of rationality in humanity's perpetual war against the obfuscating tides of mysticism and deception. Remain firm, remain skeptical, remain dramatically atrabilious. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You are watching Hot Gossip. Bye.